Hi, everyone. Welcome back to What's Your Skincare Routine with Leora Luciano. I'm your host, Leora, and today's episode is all about stepping into spring with that full bloom, glow up energy. As cherry blossoms start blooming all around the city, it reminds us that fresh starts are always possible. So, in this episode, we're talking skin, self care, mindset, movement, and a few dreamy beauty and wellness finds that are lighting me up right now. If you're ready to reset, refresh, and radiate from the inside out, this is your season, and this is your episode. Let's start with the foundation of any good glow up, your skin. I recently tried a new treatment. It's called SomaCell, and it's a non surgical facelift treatment, and it works with your body's natural processes. So there's no needles, no downtime, and it's just visible, touchable radiance that gets better over time. So, I'm going to share a little bit with you so you can see my experience. What makes SomaCell stand out is that it smooths, lifts, and rejuvenates, whether you're addressing fine lines, loss of elasticity, or just feeling a little blah, especially after the winter that we've had. This is the ultimate skin reset. I left with my skin feeling soft, smooth, and snatched, and I can't wait to share more with you as the treatments progress. So, if you want to know more, I'm going to include the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about movement as part of self care. Movement should be joyful and meaningful, and I like to incorporate that into my workouts when I can. This past week, I was invited to a Curlsmith Reset and Revive event that featured puppy yoga. So, yes, that is yoga with adoptable puppies. And it was the definition of serotonin. I mean, to be perfectly honest, there was very little yoga that was done. This event combined some of my favorite things: intentional movement, self care for your curls, and supporting local animal rescues. I mean, everyone was a winner that day. The vibes were immaculate. We set intentions. We also stretched with puppies and learned about Curlsmith's latest innovations, which I will also get into a little bit later, and talking about curl care. It was truly a moment of wellness and had so much heart in it. And I left with more than just a little curl refreshing. Spring isn't just about what's happening outside, it's also an invitation to bloom from within. These are a few mini mindset shifts and rituals that have helped me feel more grounded, more clear, and more connected as we transition into this new season. The first is bedtime calm down rituals. Of course, I'm going to talk about screen time. Instead of scrolling into stress at bedtime, I'm trying something a little softer, sipping a warm tea or even a sleepy girl mocktail and doing my breath work. Sometimes, if I'm a little bit more wound up, I'll journal and stretch or just try to sit in silence. And even 10 minutes of calm has helped to change the way I sleep and the way I wake up. And now I just mentioned journaling, and I think journaling of any kind is really helpful and important. Whether it's morning pages, gratitude lists, or junk journaling with stickers, journaling helps me get the mental clutter out, and it gives me the space to create, reflect, and dream. There's no pressure to be profound. Just express yourself and let it be messy and let it bloom. Speaking of being messy, let's talk about beauty cleanouts to get instant clarity. Nothing says fresh start like a good old product purge. I've been going through drawers, cabinets, and gathering my expired products, broken palettes, anything I'm no longer using, and sorting through that. And the idea is to recycle what you can and give your space a little bit more breathing room. So I set a goal of clearing out 100 products, expired, old, broken, unusable, or just needs to be upcycled, whatever it is. So I'm gathering 100 of those, and let me know if you want a video on that. So now that I'm making room, I want to talk about some new products that I'm trying with that have me feeling fresh for the new season. I couldn't talk about a spring glow up without some actual product recommendations. So here are five that are new that I am either going to try out very soon or have recently tried. So the first up are these Digi Press On nails. And these are press ons that are not afraid to make a statement. recently we've seen someone like Jennifer Lopez, who usually does a very elegant nude nail or like a soft pink, almost extension of the finger type of nail color. She did this really beautiful butterfly on the nails. This detail, I think, was such a throwback to that sort of like fun Y2K vibe. So if J.Lo is doing a little bit of nail art, it might be time to give it a try. So when it comes to press on nails, a lot of times, maybe they aren't giving what they ought to. Not with these. These are inspired by Y2K, bold, extra. The patterns include glossy swirls, bold color palettes, playful names like Talkadot and Lava Lamp. They're affordable and cute, and I will link these and all products in the description below. The next is the Curlsmith Diffrision Curl Wand. And I learned about this at the event that I talked about earlier. There are four interchangeable barrels, and basically, it is a curl refresher. So the wand is about styling with intention without the damage. And you can set the exact temperature for your texture. And basically, the frizz control is elite on these. You can really help refine and redefine your curls. So this is a hack that I used to do, but I could never find the right barrel size for me. My curl pattern, usually when I don't have this blowout that I've worn for a really long time, and we'll get into that next. You really want to be able to have something that mimics your curl pattern. So the more narrow the barrel, the tighter the curl. So what was happening was I was sort of opening up and loosening my curls, which was great. But if I just kind of wanted to refresh my natural curl pattern without doing my whole head with a curling iron, then it didn't always work out or it looked a little bit off. So speaking of that, I'm going to talk about what has been holding my blowout up for well over a week now. I don't even want to say how many days because let's just say wash day is whenever I can get to it. But I have to talk about Cozy Confidence, their curl band and their heatless curl system. It is absolutely incredible. It's so simple. At first, I was not sure if I would be able to do it. And in fact, it took me a little bit of time to figure out how to use it. I'm going to show some videos because I've been documenting my heatless curl journey. But for me, when I have a blowout, since I do have naturally curly hair, I kind of skip the steps and I'm using this to maintain my blowout and really keep it as smooth as possible. When I get blowouts, I like a little body, I like a little curl to it. So that's totally fine with me. It's really not so much about, precision of the blowout. It's not like making sure that it remains stick straight because that just would not be possible for me. But for me, usually, especially being here in New York City, there are so many factors. There is, heat, sudden heat, we have weather. Since it's spring, we have the transition of the temperatures that are constantly up and down. Plus, humidity is at play as well. So all of these things factor into how long a blowout will last. With the Cozy Confidence Curl Band, it is soft, fluffy, easy to sleep in. I have tried other styles and they were not as easy or comfortable to sleep in for me. So this curl band is really my new nighttime obsession. I even was wearing it during the day just to make sure my hair was out of my face because I would normally put it up anyway or pull it back. But this just helped to maintain the pattern of waves and curls that I have been able to maintain for well over a week now. You just wrap it, go to sleep, go about your day, maybe you're home, and then you unwrap it the next day and boom, perfect curls, perfect waves, zero heat, and the definition and bounce is really wild, especially since there is no heat styling. This is all just from this curl band. Now that spring is here, we might start be thinking a little bit more about travel, or you might even have travel plans coming up. Now, transporting beauty and skincare products has always been an issue for me. There are so many different schools of thought about this, kind of make it TSA travel friendly and put everything in your Ziploc bag, and it doesn't matter how aesthetic it looks. I don't necessarily agree with that. I love these bags from Cushy, the neoprene makeup bag and the train case. These are incredible for travel because you can really fit all of your toiletries in one bag. The bags themselves are machine washable, durable, and super chic. And there are a variety of colors available as well. If you're someone whose makeup bag looks like a glitter bomb exploded inside, then Cushy could be a great reset for you. It organizes that beauty chaos that you may have sometimes, and it just keeps everything so organized. The interior is done so well, and you'll be able to fit probably more things than you'd anticipate inside. And the fact that it is that neoprene material, it helps to pad the products a little bit. It not only helps to organize all of your beauty and wellness goodies, it adds a little bit of luxury to your toiletries in that it travels well and it looks good on your vanity too. Last but not least, with the spring theme in mind, I want to talk about fragrances. The Toka Garden Collection fragrances are some of my favorites right now. And there are 3 scents, the Florence, Stella, and Lucia. Each scent is a little pocket of joy. They're packaged like a vintage dream, and wearing them feels like walking through a beautiful pastoral garden. And honestly, I'm just collecting them like Pokemon at this point. I cannot get enough. And I want to share a tip with you for adding a little bit of longevity to your fragrance wear. Everybody probably already knows about fragrance layering. Applying your fragrance on skin that has maybe lotion on it is a great way to layer the fragrance for a little bit of longer wear. Some people love to use Vaseline, but the newest trick that I'm seeing is from TikTok. And people are actually using primer. Yes, makeup primer. And it's said to last so much longer than normal application. So, this is one that I'm going to try and get back to you on. But if you've already tried it, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you and there are so many fragrance hacks. I actually might do a separate video on this soon because there are so many ways to enjoy and explore fragrance. So I feel like we'll have a bit of a fuller discussion on fragrance hacks for another video too. And if you have any, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. So that's my spring in bloom glow up. From SomaCell treatments and puppy yoga to journaling and makeup bag upgrades. So remember, as the cherry blossoms remind us, beauty is fleeting, growth can be gentle, and blooming isn't always loud. Whether it's your skin, your mindset, or your creative energy, this is your best time to stretch towards the sun. Let me know what's blooming for you right now. What are you shifting, letting go of, or planting this spring? Drop a comment or tag me in your spring rituals. I'd love to see how you're resetting. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the description for all the links to the products and experiences that I mentioned today. Until next time, take a breath, feel the sun, and keep blooming.